For a second, just a second, she looked like the girl who'd sat cross-legged on my garage floor at midnight, rehearsing our presentation. Then Madison noticed me moving in, and her smile widened like she'd won. "Look who made it," Madison sang into her phone, making sure more heads turned. "Hey, robot boy, come show us your moves." Heat crawled up my neck. Someone in the crowd hollered for a dance-off as if that was the most natural next thing after publicly humiliating someone. I felt Claire's hand close on my sleeve, quick and hard enough to be an anchor. "Not that," she mouthed. Her breath smelled faintly of lemon candy. "Come with me." She pulled me toward the kitchen like we were in our own little current. For a few yards, I could hear the music dull into a thump and the laughter smear into a background hum. We ducked into a narrow hallway, lined with framed photos of varsity teams and trophies, and for a beat, it was just me and her and the hum of the party. "You okay?" she asked, quiet enough that the next room's bass couldn't swallow it. "Confused," I said. You invited me. Then you." "Madison wanted drama," Claire said. "She thinks embarrassing you would make her look cool. I told her I invited you because I wanted you there. She saw it as bait." "You told her?" I asked. "I lied," she said. "Mostly." Her jaw worked like she was chewing down a bad taste. "Listen, I didn't expect them to line up like vultures, but I also didn't expect you to actually show. Because you knew I would?" I tilted my head. "Because you wanted to see what would happen?" She stared at the floor, then threw her head back and laughed. One of those sharp, incredulous laughs you only ever hear from people who are both proud and exhausted. I wanted people to see me with someone who actually gets my dumb ideas, not as pity, not as a joke. I wanted to take it back, you know? There was something raw in that made me want to say the stupidest, most honest thing I knew, like "me too," or "weird flex, but I'll take it." But Claire beat me to the punch. "We need to get you out of there," she said, "before Madison decides to do something worse." "Like what?" I asked. My voice sounded thinner than normal. I'd been on the receiving end of worse plenty of times. I didn't need a list to know it could go ugly. Like the kind of viral clip you can't shrug off, the kind that sticks to your name. She looked at me like she already had a plan. "Come on, back door. I've got a car 2 blocks away." We slipped out the side and into the cool air. The parking lot smelled like cut grass and spilled soda. For the first time all night, I could breathe without the heat of an audience. Claire's hand found mine in the dark, like it was the most natural place in the world. I wanted to tell her that holding my hand felt like the simplest radical act, but instead I asked, "Why do you care?" She squeezed once. "Because I remember what it feels like to have people decide your story for you," she said. "And because when you tried to fix the experiment last week and that pump blew up in the lab, you didn't scream or blame. You just fixed it."